Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is my YouTube channel, Dalton, Dalton, my world. That's right. Now, this is going to be the SNAP Food Bank info and update for May 2023 and more. That because I got some more information for you. Okay, so let's do this, shall we? Now you gotta excuse me, I'm fighting allergies right now, but I have my notes, got my coffee. I'm not gonna tell you what type because I don't want to give no free advertisement. And let's do this, okay? So first, what I want to talk about is important to me, okay? And I guarantee you what I'm about to tell you that, and I'm gonna tell you this first because I know a lot of people don't have the attention span to watch my whole entire videos. This one, any of I make. Now, whether other content creators only have 1 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers, I can almost guarantee you what I'm getting ready to tell you, the extra that I'm going to tell you right now, most of them haven't even told you, okay? And what I'm about to tell you is going to help you a lot, all right? And that is, there are something out there in many cities what people don't know about called animal food banks. We have it here in Pittsburgh. They're almost in every city, okay? And they're animal food banks. That's right. Sometimes you can call 211 and find out about them. Other times, what you can do is call your animal humane services, whatever it may be called in your state or city, and they can let you know about the animal food banks. Majority of them, they know that people have more than one type of pet, okay? That's why they call them animal food banks, all right? Now, you can go up there, no questions asked. Okay, I know there's 4 of them here in Pittsburgh, at least 4 of them. You can go there, most of them are no questions asked, and let them know what you need, and they give you food for your animal, your dog, your cat, your hamster, whatever, okay? Because in these trying times when we're dealing with inflation, and it's almost 100% guaranteed that at the end of this year, which is only 8 months away, we will have, at the very least, something called light recession, okay? A lot of businesses are not trying to tell you about this. A lot of these news outlets are not trying to tell you about this because they want you to spend your money, your savings now, okay? Because they are a business and their job is to stay afloat no matter who they have to cut loose, okay? So there are animal food banks. So during any type of hard time, a lot of people, they don't want to. I don't care if they're homeless. I don't care if it's only one person, they live in an apartment, they live in a trailer, it doesn't matter, okay? A lot of times they have to give up their pets. Sometimes they let them loose in hopes that someone with a loving heart and that are at better circumstances than they are in will pick that animal up and treat it right. Okay? But check out you can call 211, ask them about it, or you can call your animal humane society organization within your city and state. And they do have animal food banks, so you don't have to give up your pet. Now, I hope that helps you. Now, I guarantee you're not going to hear this almost from any other. I don't care if they have 500,000 subscribers. You're not going to hear this. Okay. I have ability sometimes to see between the cracks where other people can't see. Okay. And I thought everybody could do that when I was a kid. I found out, no, only certain people can do that. So I try to use my knowledge to help other people. Now, let's do part 2, starting at 6:15. So 6 minutes and 15 seconds. So let's talk about the SNAP and food banks, okay? And what's going on. All right. You know that there are food banks and food bank trucks that can help you. Food bank trucks have almost the same stuff as most food banks, but a lot of times they're going to have extra stuff, okay? They're toilet paper, paper towels, soap, shampoo, all that, feminine products. They can carry all that stuff, okay? So, and you can also locate that at some of these food banks. And you can also get help with that by calling 211. You can get help with that. You can get help with shelter. Okay? That's right. And with this rainy season right now, nobody needs to be out there if they don't have to be outside. Now, you all probably heard about different proposals going on. Okay? These proposals are trying to bring back, at least temporarily, what was taken away from the food stamps and snaps, that extra. Some people call it EBT. Everybody got their own words for it. Okay. I've had many people try to correct me. But anyway, that extra EBT, okay, or that extra allotment they used to get with EBT, SNAP, and food stamps. All right. There are proposals out there, mainly by the Democrats, to bring that back temporarily because they realize that in the end of this year of 2023, there's going to be at least a light recession. And people are going to need it, and people need it now. So if you heard that there are proposals, yes, there are. I did some reading. There are a couple proposals out there. I believe AOC has put one out. It's creating one. And there's a couple other senators that are creating some. All right. So I will try to keep you, updated on that. But if you can't get it here, I know y'all already know. I have smart subscribers. Y'all can get the information in other places, My analytics tell me I do. And that's what you need to do. You don't just get your eggs from one basket. You get your information from other places, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and then you compile it for your benefit. And that's smart. I respect y'all doing that. Now, so there are going to be proposals put out there, all right? And there are being proposals now. So what I'm leading into is this. You're going to keep hearing something about the debt ceiling, okay? And how they're trying to, the Democrats and Republicans are going back and forth and how they may have to close up the government, okay? And I was educated by a subscriber and viewers that when they close the government, if they have to close the government, there's still fundamental areas of the government that still work, okay? So it's not like the whole world shuts down. But before they do all of that, because they go through this all the time, before they do all of that, there's something called a stopgap. Stopgap is like temporary. It's money given to the government to keep the government running temporarily until they can fight out and come to a resolution where they make a main debt ceiling decision, like to raise the debt ceiling, okay? And once they do that, the reason these proposals are so important, trying to explain this the right way, is because usually within a stopgap or when they finally do have a debt ceiling resolution done, they usually end up adding stuff in it, like those proposals to extend and add more money for the American people for food stamps and SNAP. So that's why there are proposals out there, and that's why it's so important. And that's how it's connected with the debt ceiling situation we're dealing with, because once they make a deal with the debt ceiling or even the stopgap, which is a temporary bridge until they come to a resolution, that's the Democrats and the Republicans, they still can add proposals in those, okay? That's why a lot of times the people say that they're holding it hostage. The reason they're saying that they're holding certain laws hostage is mainly what's going on is that if you don't know anything about lawyers, the way they come to a settlement is this. Okay, one lawyer is going to give you the lowest amount and say, okay, we'll give that victim $10. Even though it's ridiculous as it sounds, they come at the lowest, where that victim's lawyer will say, no, we were expecting $5 million. And then they battle it out until they come into a settlement. The same thing is going on. It's a political chess game, but the same thing is going on with this debt ceiling situation. But when they finally come to a resolution, they can add tons of things in it. And no one gets everything they want, but the Democrats will get stuff they want, Republicans will get stuff they want, okay? And even with the stopgap, they can add those proposals into that, okay? So that's positive news. You know, if I don't give you the information, seek it elsewhere, and keep your eyes on the prize, okay? Now, as I always told you, you want to go ahead and contact 211 if you live in the United States. That's the universal number, 211. Of course, if you have a number on the back of your SNAP or your SNAP or your food stamp card, call that as well. Or if you know your caseworker, call that if you need help. Okay, if you need to get food stamps, if you need help, you need to know where your local food banks are, or where your local food bank trucks are going to be located and when. They can let you, 211 is the number to call, okay? And if you need to learn how to check your food bank balance, you can do it online. You can call that number at the back of your EBT card. It's in fine print, okay? That's one way to find out. That's two ways, actually, to find out how much your balance is. Okay, now, last but not least, P-EBT. Okay, I've been doing just a little bit. I don't have any kids or anything, so I don't really keep up with P-EBT, but it looks like that there's still some around. So and P-EBT, if you don't know, P-EBT is for high school students. It's money just during the pandemic, the first part of the pandemic. We're still in a pandemic if you don't know it or not. But the first part of the pandemic is for high school students, and it was extended for underage kids as well. You know, that's not, you know, like preschool. Okay. So it looked like some of that is still around. Okay. So you still want to check 211, call 211 or call your caseworker, check on that and see if you got some of that coming. Okay. And most of the times they give you, that's money given for when the students and preschoolers are out of school, like in the summer. Okay. But some states are a little late on giving it. So they'll give it, you know, even though summer's over with, they'll give it, you know, the following month. So, you know, different states do it at different times, okay? But it looks like there's still some more of that money out there floating around, so you want to get your hands on it. All right? So, I really don't want to make this longer than it has to be. So, I hope the information I gave you help you. I ask you to give this video, any of my videos, a thumbs up, all right? And I ask you to subscribe if you want to subscribe. All right. And I'll wrap to y'all later. Peace.